I'ma leave it alone. Hi everybody, I am Chantel, also known as Tellytel, and thank you so much for clicking this video. If you are new to me today, I do videos on hygiene, beauty products, and more specifically perfumes, reviews, and try-ons. I will put my TikTok on the screen. I'm a little bit more active on TikTok as well as my Instagram so that you can follow me and get to know me on all different social platforms. For those of you that are oldies but goodies, thank you so much for clicking this video and hanging out with me. So if you saw the title of this video, you already know what we are going to talk about. This was actually a requested video for me, which was very fun to put together because I have fallen in love with rose over the last year, and I am going to share with you some of my top favorite rose scents. The first rose that I am going to share with you, and I'm not going to say any of these are in any particular order, but if I had to have a favorite out of the bunch, I would say that this is literally one of my top two. And this is by the brand Byredo, and it's called Rose of No Man's Land. One, I love the story behind the creation of this fragrance, and it talked about nurses that helped the soldiers in World War I. And if you get a chance, go on Byredo's website, read all about that, because I thought it was a really cool introduction as to why this fragrance was named the way it was named. Now, to jump right into the actual scent, to me, this is a very soft, slightly spicy rose scent, and it is not very heady on the rose note, and it is not very vegetative, which is why it is my favorite. It is literally the fragrance hands down that opened me to the world of rose, because generally when I smell rose, I'm used to a very harsh and musky and vegetative and mature rose, but this rose here, I think that it transcends all different fashions. So if you're more of a mature person, or if you're more of a person that is newer to fragrances, I think you will still enjoy this. Fragrantica says that it has two different types of roses in it. It has turkey rose in it, as well as some pink pepper. It also has raspberry as well as some amber in it. On my skin, when I smell this fragrance, the first thing that jumps out at me is the raspberry, and then there's the rose, and then there's something that's very soft about it that's almost powdery, but I wouldn't say it's like a talcum type of powder, but more just so like a soft cashmerian powder that's kind of like in the background that keeps the rose from being too sharp. It plays so well with the raspberry, so it gives me just enough of a fruity edge so that I don't feel like I'm trying to come off as too mature or trying to come off as too serious. And then there's a little bit of amber in it that helps that raspberry not be too juicy sweet, but instead more of a I want to say a more smooth sweetness. I hope I'm describing that right. This one, to be honest with you guys, is not the cheapest rose that I found. I think a large bottle of this can run you almost $250. The fact that it's a very soft rose that's kind of powdery, and it lasts a long time. Now, I generally tend to layer this with the St. Ives rose and argan oil lotion, and I'll put a picture of this on the screen, which I got from Target, and this is a very sweet, juicy, kind of like raspberry rose as well, and it smells very good with this. But I went ahead and bit the bullet, and I purchased the lotion and the shower gel from the Byredo line as well, and that just kind of sets it all off. But if you are looking for a good rose, you don't like a vegetative rose, you don't like something that's too mature, and you definitely don't like something that's too fruity, you're looking for something that's soft and that doesn't project too loud, try this. I don't think that you can go too wrong with Rose of No Man's Land. The next fragrance that I have on this list is made by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and I'm just going to abbreviate that as MFK. I already have a slow tongue and it just gets all twisted sometimes. But it is called Feminine Pluriel. Now, Feminine Pluriel, when I think about rose, I don't necessarily think of this as a rose scent. However, the rose is a starting player in this fragrance. The reason why I don't think of it as a rose scent is because it is literally blended so well that that rose rose just meshes so cohesively with the iris in it, as well as the orange blossom, and I believe there's some jasmine as well. Fragrantica says that it has notes of iris, rose, violet, lily of the valley, jasmine, patchouli. It's like an Indonesian flower as well in there, and then there's some orange blossom as well in it. Now, when I spray this, I immediately get a nice clean bit of orange blossom, and then I can also smell some of the jasmine in it, and then I can smell the rose and just a little bit of the violet. Someone described this fragrance as like a soft rose bubble bath scent, and that's exactly what it is. It is so erotic and it's so feminine, but it's not very loud, and it's not a beast mode fragrance. To me, when I think about this fragrance, I think of it as a very classy fragrance. So I don't necessarily see myself wearing it in the club, but I could appreciate it on another woman if I smelled it in the club. When I am somewhere and I'm wearing a white button down shirt, or I'm wearing a suit, or I'm wearing some flowy fabrics that cling off of my skin, and I'm going to work and I'm wearing heels, this is what I think of when I think of this fragrance. It just reminds me of femininity, or what I believe femininity looks like, and taking care of business and doing it while you're so poised and so sophisticated. There's something a little bit metallic about it, but that makes it different. I have never smelt a fragrance like this, and if I was not stopped at the MFK counter and told about this fragrance, I probably never would have guessed that I would like it. It is MFK, so it is gonna run you a pretty penny. I'm gonna be very honest with you there. But if you can just get your nose on it, and if you can just sniff it and just see what it gives you, I think that you would really, really appreciate that. And this is Feminine Pluriel by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Okay, so the next one that I have on the list is probably the least expensive one that is on this list, but don't let the price fool you. It is a very powerful and sweet and just great rose, and this is by the brand al-rehab, and I think this is about $8 or $9 on eBay or Amazon, but it is called Moroccan Rose. And Fragrantica lists the notes as just rose and musk, but to my nose there's something. Of course, there's a rose, that's the forward player in this, and then there's the musk that just kind of sits in the background and just makes sure everything stays together and just doesn't go all crazy on your skin, too fruity or too juicy. But there's also something very, very fruity in the background as well. It's almost like I smell some peach in this. And I smell a little bit of orange blossom. I don't know if my nose is still picking up the orange blossom from the MFK, but white peach, and something that's just kind of blossoming in the background of this. This is a very nice rose. Again, if you are not the type of person that like a very plant-like or vegetative rose, and you also don't like something that is very mature, this is a good rose to get your nose into. I would even suggest you blind buying this, because one, at the price point, you can just kind of give it to someone else or even toss it if you don't like it. But it's just a very safe rose as well, and I don't see it offending any other individuals. Also, it comes in a roller ball. It does not come in a spray. I've been looking for it, trust me, but it comes in a roller ball, so it doesn't project out the gem on you, but you can smell it. A person, if they come and embrace you, they can smell it. But this is al-rehab's Moroccan Rose. The next one that I have is by Bath & Body Works, and this is called Whipped Rose Latte, and it is a fine fragrance mist. My only regret when purchasing this was not getting more than one, because this scent is fabulous. And the reason why it is fabulous is because it's like it merged two different worlds. If you like a gourmand type of fragrance that has like a cocoa or chocolate note in it, and then if you like a rose fragrance or you like more floral fragrance, this brought the two of them together, and I don't know what they did with this, but it is just amazing. I love to layer this with another rose fragrance that is on this list, which I'm gonna get into momentarily, but I can wear this by itself and it is just beautiful. When you think about Bath & Body Works, you immediately think, oh, something fruity, you know, the typical Bath & Body Works scent. But this is something, and I've been wearing Bath & Body Works since I was 14 years old. I'm not gonna date myself right now. And I have literally never smelled anything like this. This scent, it is perfect for everything. It is perfect for going to work. It's perfect for dinner. It's perfect for going out with your man or your woman. It's perfect for brunch. It says that it has notes of crushed rose petals, cocoa flour, and whipped foam. I smell that rose, and then again there's this powdery cocoa essence to it, and it doesn't smell like talcum powder, but it's like if you crushed up some cocoa powder in very fine particles and kind of like blew it, and then that cloud of powder, that cocoa powder, is what it smells like. And then it says whipped foam, which to me comes across as a little bit of vanilla, or even like the whipped cream on the top of a Starbucks drink. I can't remember what they call it right now, but I'm so sad that they let this go. And if I had any wish, it would be for Bath and Body Works to bring this back out. But not only is it nice, but it kind of does pretty decent on the lasting power. I get an easy 4 to 5 hours out of just this alone. Definitely might look into getting a backup to this. Hopefully they bring this back. But if you have not tried Ripped Rose Latte by Bath and Body Works, and then look at this packaging. It is so stinking cute. The last official one on my list is one that I like to layer with the Whipped Rose Latte. This is by the House of Perfumes de Marly, and it is called Delina, the Esclusif version. Now, the original Delina is a very strong rose, and it is very musky, and it's very powerful. This one is a flanker, and this is one of the 2 flankers that they have to the original Delina. And I feel like this was made for the person who loves the idea of Delina, but you need something a little bit softer. You need something a little bit sweeter, and you want something that has loads of vanilla in it and possibly some other things in it as well. This one is a very soft, powdery rose, and there's something very sweet about it. This says that it has oud in it, and sometimes oud can come across on me as like wet wood, or sometimes it can come across on me as like a very sweet sandalwood. And thankfully in this fragrance it comes across very sweet and sandalwood like. Also dries down and stays very musky on my skin. And then I can definitely get a whiff of the pear. Fragrantica lists the notes in this fragrance. It has lychee in it, it has pear, and I believe some bergamot. It has Turkish rose in it, some oud wood, incense, and then in the dry down, it has vanilla, some woody notes, as well as some amber in it. This is perfect, and it is perfect for several reasons. One, it has an amazing lasting power. I spray this on at work. I don't even bother taking my bottle with me to work because it will stick with me until I shower that night. Secondly, there's something very exotic about it, and I think that's the incense that come into it. And it's not like a smoky type of incense. No, it's like a very subdued type of incense that kind of give it a more exotic type feel to it. Something like you'll smell this and then you think, oh, okay, rose, pear, blah blah blah, and then when that incense pulled through, you're like, what is that? And then it kind of dries down very musky, and the amber is so resinous that it's so soft in the background. It's not like full body, and it's just an amazing scent. I don't see myself wearing this in the club, but this is something, or a lounge, but this is something I can appreciate on another woman if I smell it. For me, again, I love to wear this to work. I also love to wear this if I'm doing something in a more of an intimate setting with someone, like going to dinner with someone or having a nice picnic with someone. And it also is amazing because I can wear it in all seasons. I have not pulled it out in the winter yet, have I? Yes, I have. I wore it last winter. I did pull it out last winter. Loved it. Cannot wait to pull it out this winter. It also goes very well in the fall as well. So that is Delina Esclusif. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. This one is a nice pretty penny, but it's worth it. If you can get your hands on a sample of this, don't just try it straight in the store. Take a shower. Start with a clean base. Put this on and put something very simple on with it, such as bare vanilla, like a vanilla lotion, and just let it do its thing. And if you don't like it, I can totally understand that, but I just want you to give it a try and then make your decision before you say, I didn't try it, it ain't for me. Just try it. It is Delina Esclusif. Okay, so I know I already did 5, but y'all know how I am when it comes to my top list. I'ma always throw in a bonus if I can, because I can never just say, all right, let's just leave it at 5. This one is Philosophy, and it is one of the Pure Grace flankers, and this one is called the Nude Rose. And I'm gonna tell you why this didn't make my countdown, but it made the video. First things first, it is a very simple, clean, shampoo-like rose scent. And when I say it's shampoo-like, it is not very sweet. It's sweet, don't get me wrong, because it is a perfume, but it's not too sweet. It's the type of scent to where if you need a gym scent and you really are a rose lover, try this. It is also very, very musky. So for me, I would never wear this to the gym. I typically refrain from wearing fragrances in the gym, but if you are a fragrance girl and you want something that's rosy and you want something that's very clean, shower-like, this is your girl. Now, Fragrantica says that it has green notes at the top, which includes some dewdrops. In the mid note, there's rose petals, neroli, as well as some orange blossom. There's musk and cedar. As you can see from the notes, there's not any fruits in there, and there's not anything that can make this too sweet. The reason why this did not make my top 5 is because, one, it does not last long. And I know this is not very expensive. I think I got this big old bottle from like eBay for like $30 or something like that, but I just need it to last long. I even bought the matching body cream to this, and the body cream was horrible. I don't know if it was old, but it was horrible. But it was definitely worth mentioning in this video. You want to smell like you just came out of the shower and you just showered with a nice rose shampoo and body wash, and then dabbed on a couple of things of musk. Try this. This is by Philosophy, and it's called Nude Rose. The second bonus one that I have on my list is a favorite of mine, actually, and I love this dude so much. And the reason why it did not make the top 5 is, again, the lasting power in relation to the price. This one is made by Armani, and it is from their Privé line, and it is called Piovione Suzhou. Fragrantica lists the notes as raspberry, pink pepper, as well as mandarin orange. The mid notes, there's peony, there's regular rose, and then there's May rose in there. And in the dry down, there's some musk, some amber, and some patchouli. Right off the top of my head, I'm just gonna tell y'all, I do not get the patchouli in this at all. When I spread, I do get some raspberry in it, and something that comes across is very, very fruity, and it's like that raspberry marries with the peony, and it just makes it not only just come across fruity but kind of clean as well. And then I get those roses to come in, and it is very much calmed down by the amber. It gives me the same vibes as the Rose of No Man's Land, except the Rose of No Man's Land is very powdery on my skin, and it is much more softer. This is a little bit more sharp, and I think that's because the peony, because peony gives me a sharp cleanliness as well. So I think the peony in this makes it a lot more sharper than the Rose of No Man's Land. If you like Rose of No Man's Land and you are looking for something that's still within the same family of it, I definitely would give Piovione Suzhou a chance. The only thing about it, and they have to fix this because the reviews even on their website is saying the same thing, is their lasting power is literally nil to null. You spread, it goes on very strong, and you are like, okay, here we go, I'm about to get a powerhouse scent, and it literally dries down to a skin scent in less than 30 minutes, and it is out on its way out the door within about 2 hours on my skin. And that is just pathetic. That has turned me off so much from trying the rest of the Privé line. And there are some heavy hitters in there that I want to try. That Rouge Malachite. I want to try so many of the other ones that I see a lot of the perfume ladies here on YouTube talk about, and I just am like, I cannot. But this is very, very nice. I am just so bummed at the projection of this one, because this one should have been what Delina Esclusif is, because Delina Esclusif, this is a very nice scent, but I think with the Delina fragrances, what really carries them is in relation to its prices, the lasting power. The lasting power really makes you feel like you are getting a great bang for your buck, and you just don't feel ripped off. The Privé line, they are pretty expensive, and you don't get much staying power. And I've been watching videos on the entire limited, or that collection, and it seems to be an overlying theme that they don't last very long. So if they could just work on the lasting power of this, and I think they were bought out by Estee Lauder or L'Oreal, one of them. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it alone. Try this if you maybe work in a setting where somebody is sensitive and you don't mind reapplying. This is it, but it is a beautiful rose scent. So that is all that I have today. Thank you so much for joining with me today. If you have stuck in this long, you are truly a real one. And